What's up, YouTube? It's your friendly neighborhood rank number 1 AoE4 player on the Xbox ladder, and I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks as we play through this ranked ladder game, and hopefully it helps you out. And if it does, leave me a comment below, give me a thumbs up, and if it doesn't, also thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe. Anyways, we're playing the Abbasid Dynasty. I think it's one of the best civilizations to play on the ladder, at least one of my favorites. And you'll want to start by turning on your auto villager training, getting 7 on food, and then you're going to put 4 to gold. You do that every game. So it's a pretty nice, relaxing opening thing. You don't have to build extra scouts or move sheep around or tower rush. Like, it's just easy opening. Nice, easy, relaxing opening. Okay. So I'm going to build a house with this first villager that walks out to the gold. A house, and then I'm going to hold shift, which is basically the same as left trigger on Xbox, and we'll queue up a mining camp. And you want to kind of build a little line of your buildings because you want them all to connect so that when you build the House of Wisdom, you get the tier 1 golden age faster by connecting 10 buildings. That's a bonus for the Abbasid Dynasty, which helps your villager count rates. Okay, my scout has been scouting out towards the middle map and doing a little loop-de-loop to grab sheep. This is pretty much what I do every single game. And you can rinse and repeat this. I'm going to turn on the enemy score. You can turn that on in the settings if you didn't know. And if you didn't know that, it's in my tips and tricks beginner guide video. I've got 2 beginner's guides now, so go check those out on the YouTube's channel. And tell them FitzBro sent you. The algorithm will love it. Okay, now that we have 3 on gold, our 4th will build the House of Wisdom, which is how you age up with the Abbasid Dynasty. They're the only civilization that ages up like this. It's a little different. Okay, and what civ? He was the Ottoman, so I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do. Traditionally on PC, Ottomans play really aggressively, or they go for a fast castle with their siege landmark, but what we'll do is scout, see what they're doing. I like to fast castle a lot of times with the Abbasid Dynasty and spam Ghoulam. It's one of the strongest strategies, I think. You can honestly, if you get this strategy down, just rinse and repeat it and you'll easily get the Conqueror, in my opinion. Okay, and now I'm going to force a drop off so I can age up with the Culture Wing. I got to force a drop off my food. There we go. So again, Culture Wing, which is the one on the bottom. The Culture Wing allows you to unlock Preservation of Knowledge, which is a technology that makes your, it will make my techs and age up cheaper. So it's a nice tech to have. There we go. I'm only going to put like 4 or 5 on wood because my goal here is to fast castle. Now, I need to scout and see if my opponent's rushing. So if they rush, I'm probably not going to go for the fast castle. I'll probably make this do kind of like a semi-fast castle thing. Ottomans have military schools which train units for free, so it's oh crap, I gotta put 1 more on wood. I kind of ran out of sheep here. This is less than ideal, but it is what it is. Now you can turn on the auto macro settings if you want here and here, but your villager's going to do less optimal things than if you learn how to manually use them. Okay, has he gathered any stone? He has not gathered any stone, so typically, the Ottomans will open up with a military school right at the beginning of the game, which costs stone. So if you see that they haven't gathered any stone, that means he has no military school, which probably means he's not really planning on rushing me, which is good for me. Okay, and so with this fast castle, I'm going to leave those 4 on gold, and I'm going to rally a bunch of new villagers to food. Eventually, I'll put maybe a few more on gold, but probably not. I think 5 on wood should be plenty for me to get my golden age now. I'm going to slap down some houses, just so I get a total of 10. See, I have 4 out of 10 right here. 4 out of 10. Right there. Okay, so we've scouted him. Let's see if he's aging up already. Let's see what's going on here. Now, by the way, I'm jumping to him very quickly by pressing left on the D-pad. It selects your military. And then I press down on the D-pad to get back to my town center. It's a nice way to hop around the map. Okay. Now, he's building an extremely forward landmark. Now, that thing is technically a mill, so I think that's why I built it out there. But this is not a very optimal place to build this landmark, so I don't think this guy's super high skill, but that'll just allow me to give you a few more tips and tricks without worrying about getting destroyed. It's a little harder to talk when I have a really competitive opponent. Okay, so now my goal is I'm going straight for a fast castle. I've scouted that like he's playing pretty passive. I'm going to get my Preservation of Knowledge tech, which makes all the other techs cheaper. I will then grab fresh fruit stuff to make my villagers cheaper. After that tech comes in, I'm going to wait. And then I'll show you my age up. So usually age ups cost 1,200 food and 800 gold. But after I get this tech researched, they would cost 960 food and 480 gold. So pretty cool. Okay, so we're putting more villas on the berries. I'm actually putting these guys on sheep, so I don't put too many. If I put all my villas on berries, they'll run through this too quickly. Oh, I didn't drop that off. By the way, you can do this by either manually telling your sheep to go to the town center, or you can take your scout and just click A on the town center, and they'll drop them off. But you typically want to try to micro them just a little bit closer. But there you go. Now they've dropped off. They won't follow me around the map anymore, which is ideal. Okay. Now, I said I was going to focus on getting the golden age out quickly, so let's do that right now. I usually try to have it by like the 5 minute 30 mark. So this is slower than my average build. But 1, 2, 3, we're gonna need what? One more building to get our golden age. So I'm gonna build. I'll build maybe a barracks for the last one. We'll build it right here because I'll use that once I age up. Okay, so this will be. You see how I'm at 9 out of 10 buildings right now. Let's get 10 buildings. Will be great. Now I'm gonna scout, see what my opponent's doing. Despite him having a really crazy forward, like if I scouted this, like I'd be making calf right now, or just sitting a spearman over here to attack him. Now he is building military school. It looks like he's going to play aggressively, but by the time he gets units online, I'm going to be in the next age. I'm going to be training Golem, and they're armored, and he's not going to have any way to counter them. And generally the goal is like you can do this pretty much fast enough so that it doesn't even matter if they are super aggressive. Well, if they're super aggressive, you need to make some military units. Don't just make no military units every game. That's not going to work. But if they're slow at all, or take their time getting to you, you're going to be aged up, and you can start making Golem. So I'm aging up right now, about just before the 7-minute mark. Thanks for the sub, Mueller Gaming. Team Abbasid, hell yeah. And pretty much from here, I'm going to want to put some more on gold, because Golem are going to cost 120 food and 30 gold. So it's mostly food. You're going to need a lot of gold. Thank Mueller for the 3 months. I really appreciate that. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can help the stream, the channel, the content, but you can actually click the join button, which is super cool, and become a member on the channel. So consider doing that if you enjoy all these videos, and maybe I'll get you to rank 1 on the ladder as well. But then you have to kick me out of my spot. Okay, so I want to have 3 or 4 military schools, 3 or 4 barracks by the time I hit the next age, so I can immediately start training up plenty of Golem. And I'm actually going to put just like 1 or 2 more on wood, so we can make sure we can achieve that. Okay. Now, by the way, you can periodically cycle to see if you have any idle villagers by just tapping up on the D-pad. I have no idle villagers because we are a boss. And I'm actually going to set a camera rally point here by pressing down on both of the joysticks. There, I got a camera rally point, and now I can pretty much go back to my town center, and then if I hold left trigger and move the right joystick, we can jump to that rally point. Which is super neat. They did a really good job designing this UI. So it doesn't matter what he's training right now. None of his units in the feudal age will be armored. So we should be ready to kick ass here once we hit the next stage. I'm just going to start spamming Golem. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, we ran out of... I really don't want to spin my wood yet. Oh. Keep our scout alive. By the way, you can press... I don't know. It's what I would call the select button, but it's the 2 windows. I don't know what that button's technically called in the Xbox. And it will go to the last event. So if you hear an attack ping, just hit that button, and it'll take you to the most recent event. In that case, it would have been like, I'm under attack. Okay, I'm gonna build 1 more military school. I'm sorry, 1 more barracks. Military school's the Ottomans. Okay, very good. That should take care of that. And now I'm going to put some more villas onto gold. Okay, so I'm going to press that button so I can see the last event. Look, I got to witness my unit dying. Now we're just going to spam out the golems, and we should be in really good shape from here. And you can pick up some techs because you have cheaper techs in the first place. So whether it's, you know, I like to get my wood chopping upgrade. I like to get wheelbarrow. I didn't get wheelbarrow in this case, but you certainly can. I'll get it right now. Which lets you makes your villagers faster, and it makes you carry more resources. Okay, so he's got a few archers. It ain't gonna be enough to deal with the golem. Now, if this guy was super aggressive, he would have like a mess of archers and Sipahi. And ideally, if he goes full on aggro and I go for a naked fast castle like I did right here, he should be able to deny my gold, deny my food, and then this will be harder to pull off. So don't just think like this is an easy win. Like, It's going to be if your opponent's passive, but it's not a guaranteed win, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm selecting all my units by holding down the left D-pad, pressing X so they attack move across the map. And really, he doesn't have anything that can really stop me. These camels will counter the cav, so I'm going to try to micro them onto the Sipahi. There we go. And I'm going to start getting some ranged armor, because I know I'm going to be diving underneath the town center here in a second. So we'll get some ranged armor. That'll be nice. And I tried to, before I run out of resources, shuffle my villagers around. So I'm going to shuffle some of these out to these berries just because I know those sheep will run out while I'm like busy in a fight. And there you go. My opponent taps out. Typically, if they're passive or if they go for 2 TC, this really works well. And a lot of players will play English and go straight for 2 town centers, and you start showing up with Golem. It's going to be very nice. And overall, I just think this Fast Castle is a super good strategy to do with the Abbasid Dynasty. If you don't do this, you can do culturing and do like a make units in feudal age, make a second town center if you want, hold, and then it's still going to be easier to get the castle age. But ultimately, your goal should be to hit this castle age, use these Golem. They're one of the strongest units. Right now, they have bonus against unarmored units, so they're particularly good against anyone who might stay in the feudal age. I hope you enjoyed this play-by-play of some Age of Empires 4 ladder. If you did, make sure you hit it with a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if there's anything else you're hoping to see in future videos, and think about subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.